Okay, we are live. And let me just jump into it. Or maybe I should wait like a few maybe I'll wait like 30 seconds to 60 seconds before I start speaking. Then again, you know what? I'm gonna try to make this quick because I want it to be primarily for as a replay video so you guys can actually listen to the video. You see the title, right? You see the title. I actually recorded a video and I was going to edit it and then release it as an actual video versus doing a live stream, because live streams, I tend to drag out live streams too much. So the first thing I wanted to say was that in the previous video, some people did get it, but others did not. And the reason why I did this title that you're seeing is because I wanted to differentiate between two things. Because I feel that some people are unable to do that. The previous video, right, was the title for the video was a question. It was not an assertion. It was not a statement, right? It's like you have a debate and then you have the moderator has, a topic of discussion. So you pose the topic and then you have the participants, participant A, participant B. One is for, one is against. And then they state their cases or arguments. And you hear both sides, and that's it. Nowhere in that video did I state my position, right? Social media is a very, very funny thing. It's a very tricky environment, right? You have to have the skin of a pig, a very thick skin, to actually be a person on social media. I've been on social media for years, so I get it. I understand it. It's also a place where people tend to misunderstand, primarily because it's not dealing with what's before you, right? People come with baggages. People come with presuppositions, preconceptions when they see a title, and they come in with something already in their minds. Some people don't even watch a video. They see a title, click on it, make a comment, maybe like if they like the person, or dislike if they don't like the person, or they don't like the title. YouTube is not Twitter. When you go on Twitter, you see a tweet, 100 plus characters, or 200, or whatever it is right now. And whatever the person writes, you can look at it and say, okay, this is maybe the person's opinion. YouTube is different. You see a title, you're trying to pretty much summarize what the video is about in about 100 or less characters, right? YouTube videos are not sentences or tweet. It's a video. You see a title that gives you an idea of what the subject matter is, then you click on the video, and you have to watch the video in its entirety if you want to give an educated opinion or statement or comment or whatever in the comment section down below. But of course, I understand we're not in a lecture hall. This is not like a classroom. It's not a place where, any form of debate or valuable or productive debate can be had. So I guess in a sense, I can't expect that on YouTube or social media at all, right? Because trolls exist and people come with ulterior motives, and they would just come for whatever reason. And you can't have a healthy debate or conversation on social media because it's so open and anyone can come and write anything. So I guess it's my fault in that regard. But what I'm trying to say is that the first video before this one, it was a question, because you had the Nike ad, right? And then you had people who love the ad, right? And some people who don't like it for various reasons. Everyone has their own reasons why they liked it, and others why they don't like it. Got it. People are different. It's life. We got to deal with it. Cool. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to talk about this. And I'm like, some people are saying, yes, Japan is racist, so this is necessary, and Japan has this issue, and there's xenophobic and blah, 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 blah. And some people are saying, this is a wonderful ad, and everyone has different views. They're saying, nope, this is anti-Japan, this is this and that. So you had so many voices, so many voices, so many voices. So I'm just like, you know what? Okay. I guess the centerpiece seems to be whether or not Japan is, racist or whatever. So I'm like, hey, is Japan racist? Question mark. It has a function. It's a question mark. I never made an assertion. I never made an assertion. I did not make an assertion, nor did I state my position in the video that was shared. So I keep in my mind, I'm just like, man, did some people watch the video before commenting? I don't get it. Was Ranzo, let's check your title again. Hold up, let me check. Wait. I'm pretty sure I posed it as a question. It's a question. And so all the reason why I did this topic, this title, is just to show the difference. This is a statement. The former one, the previous one, was a question. This also, I'm not saying that the reason why I did this title just now is just to show you guys the difference, those who don't understand it for some reason. I'm not saying that Japan is not racist. I'm not saying Japan is racist. I hope that's clear. I am not saying Japan is racist. I am not saying, I'm not saying that Japan is not racist. Okay. The title is only to make a point. Only to make a point. It is crazy how on YouTube is a funny place. Like we've done so many videos on this channel, and whenever people share their authentic stories, right? First of all, you'll find I keep saying this over and over again. I'm just like, man, I'm like social media people. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm a person that, of course, we produce videos, we do this, and I also watch videos, right? I'm also a commenter on other people's videos. Sometimes I don't really comment that much, but sometimes. So I understand being on this side of the camera and being on that side of the camera. So maybe it's because I have a unique perspective why I understand the way this works. Maybe that's why. I'm not sure. Because I'm like, sometimes when you do videos, right? First of all, before I even get, I'm going to make the point, but before that, again, people have different experiences. I don't understand why this is so complicated for people to understand that people have different experiences. My experience differs from yours. It's a fact, or it might be similar, but people have very, very different experiences. And not because mine is true means that yours is a lie, or vice versa. People keep having this issue with, because your experience is one way, it means that mine is, if yours is true, it means mine is false automatically, and vice versa. No, that's I don't understand it. So you'll have people on the channel with one experience, right? And that's one way a really good experience, and someone with a really bad experience. And they're both true. First of all, cool. There's so many factors. There's so many factors and so many variables, right? When it comes down to a story, when it comes down to an experience. And you will have people that will comment and they will say, you are given a false idea of what Japan is. And why do they feel that way? For the longest time, people have been writing comments on this channel for years saying, oh, you're making Japan looking like a utopia. You're making Japan looking like it's the best country in the world. And you're hiding these things, sweeping these things under the rug, all these. I'm just like, I'm like, really, guys, really? People are just sharing their stories. And those who are watching it, the ones who write such comments, they're not hearing what they want to hear. They're not hearing what they want to hear. And the thing is this, not because something isn't what you want to hear means it's a lie. Or not because something is what you want to hear means it's the truth. It's not that complicated. It's not. So when someone comes on And you have all these videos, amazing experiences. And then someone is like, no, because you made it look this way. I'm like, someone is sharing their experiences. You can't tell the person that they're lying. And when someone comes with a negative experience that they lived, you can't also say the person is lying because your experience was so wonderful. I don't understand why people grapple with this concept. It's not very challenging to understand. And maybe it's because I'm in a unique position why I understand it, but I really don't think it's that complex. So some people agree with this title. Again, I'm not saying that this is the reality. I'm making a point with the title. So some people will agree with this title. And some people will agree with the other title, the previous video. You can't please everyone. The last video that I did, the stories that I told or shared in that video were more so anecdotal stories, actually factual stories, actually. But the reason I pointed out those stories was because of this, right? There are people who are saying that people don't face discrimination in Japan, period. So I brought these stories up simply to prove a point, just to say, to refute the statement of these things never happen, full stop. So I said, 2 seconds, please. I'm not saying that this is a norm or there are 100,000 cases of this happening, but the reason I brought those stories up was just to say, listen, hold up, you can't make a statement like that because it's not true. You can't say this never happens when I can point to people who have relayed their stories to me and they said, this has happened to me. So whether it's one case or 200, the fact is, any statement that says this never happens is fallacious, it's false, it's not true. That's the reason why I brought those stories up, just to say, hey, that's the reason. That's it. So when people are saying all sorts of stuff, I'm like, the fact is this, right? I understand that this live stream is not really necessary because I've been on doing this thing long enough and getting like the thing is, when so many people watch, there's no way to get a consistent sort of response. There will always be varying views. Some people will be, for you, some people will not be for. It doesn't matter what you do. You could cut off your arm and say, take it. That's a fact of life. So this video is probably a waste of time. What I just wanted to do, I wanted to just to say a few things. So I think it's very necessary. So that's why I'm doing it. So that's what I'm trying to say. So I understand that it doesn't matter how you frame it. It doesn't matter how you put it, because, sorry, I'm having a gum, whatever. Let me take it out. I apologize. There will be some people who, as I said, it doesn't matter how you frame it. You could, you have people who don't want to hear anything negative for whatever reason. And everyone has a reason for something, right? Whether it's valid or not, they have a reason in their own minds. There's a reason there. They validate that position by the reason that they have in their minds. So someone don't want to hear any negative things, and someone don't want to hear anything positive. And it's sad. It's sad. And please, if you're new to YouTube, understand the way YouTube works. A title is not the video. It's not Twitter. It's not a Facebook status. It's not Twitter, man. Like, when you see a title, some of the best videos I've seen, because you gotta be able to override the way, because look, we've been conditioned, because YouTube has been around for a while. So we've been conditioned in the way that we respond to videos, to titles, right? So what you gotta do is you gotta be able to override your impulse. Some of the best videos I've watched were videos that I looked at. I'm like, I don't know what this is about. It doesn't seem that great. I clicked on it still. I overrode that because the fact of the matter is this. The fact is you do not know, unless you were the creator of the video, you have no idea what that video is about, whether it's a good video or a bad video, because all the indicators that you are looking at, your interpretation of those things might be wrong. You might think it's a bad video. You clicked on it. It's the best video you've ever watched in your life. When you see a title, man, click on the video, watch the video. If you're a reasonable person, you watch it, fast forward, like watch it at ×2 speed. I watch most of my videos like fast because less time, you get through it quicker. See what the person is saying. Then you comment afterwards, man. You can't comment after you see a title. Oh, snap, this title. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm just like, man, come on, some of y'all, man. Come on, guys. You know, I look, my personal experience, I did a video just now and it's like 25 minutes. I don't know. I might not release it because I'm pretty much covering the same things, but that was more structured. But anyways, my personal experience in Japan, right? First of all, I'm probably going to go deep. I don't know, but let's see. I'll probably just open the floodgates. Japan is a country, like, you know, many other countries in the world, that provides opportunities for people who come to the country, right? Fact. There are people in Japan right now who have opportunities that they wouldn't have if they were elsewhere in the world. Fact. Right? Some people have choices, meaning they don't have to be here. So they could be in another country or back in their home country, and it wouldn't make much of a difference for them. Fact. Others, not so much. Right? A lot of people come to Japan and they have opportunities. Right? Japan has shown them a different side of themselves, which I think countries do to people. Right? So when you move from one country to another country, even though you're the only constant is you are the one variable that remains the same as you. You're an individual. However, I feel that, or like when you move to a country, it introduces yourself to a different part of yourself, right? So for instance, the Ranzo that you guys see here is a different expression of who I am in this country. This country is brought with a different side of me, right? So countries do different things. Like if I move maybe from here to China, for instance, then I might be introduced to another side of myself. And if I move to maybe Nigeria, another side, right? So there are different things. Okay. When a lot of people love living in Japan, cool. Japan is not perfect. Okay. It's just like any other country. As I've said before, you trade one set of challenges and complexities and problems for another set of challenges, complexities, and problems. It's life. Nowhere is perfect. Nowhere on this planet is heaven. Nowhere. Your conception or our conception of heaven or utopia, you might have this idea in your mind, and for you, you might go to a place that you're like, man, this seems like it's paradise to me. Whether it's a remote island, somewhere in the tropics or whatever, in the Caribbean, somewhere in the East, wherever you go, right? That might be an idea. The fact is nowhere is a utopia because people aren't perfect. So you leave from one country for whatever reason. Maybe you're fleeing your country. Maybe a refugee. Like technically, like actually a refugee. And you got to flee for your life. Maybe you're a person who you have an opportunity, a job or whatever, and you're like, yo, let me go. Maybe you're like a nomad. You just want to just live in different places and just explore the world. Whatever your reason, you move to a place. Cool. People move to a place for different reasons. What I'm trying to say, but places are different. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say nowhere is perfect. Okay. But it depends on what you're looking for as an individual. A lot of people in Japan, And Japan, as I said, presents opportunities for them that they wouldn't have anywhere else. Okay. Some people have really bad experiences in Japan. Some people have really good experiences in Japan. It's a fact. And sometimes you got to look at it and say, some people do complain a lot about stuff, but to each his own. I can't tell someone not to complain because in their minds, based on some of their personal experiences and where they grew up, how well traveled they are, some of their experiences, they might see and experience things differently, and they have a way that they want to express themselves based on what they've experienced through the filter of their own minds. So the way I experience Japan is going to be different from someone else based on their upbringing, where they've lived before, and all sorts of different things. There's so many factors, so many variables. I don't understand how people don't understand these things. It's crazy to me. And I don't think personally, look, there is surface level understanding, of course, and there's so many things that influences your experience, right? Your career, the career in your profession, like where you live, whether or not clearly, if you speak the language or not, maybe your partner, maybe your friends, where you frequent, whether you're a man or a woman, so many things. There's just so many things that that influence your experience. I don't see what the problem is. We're all different, man. It's not that complex. It's almost like a simple thing could be cuisine. I don't know. This is so elementary. I know that most of you guys know this, but I'm just talking to the people who will see. I'm just like, I don't understand. Like for instance, I like something to eat. Like I'm like, it's my favorite food on the planet. And someone else detests this thing. I'm like, how can you not like this? And someone else might say, oh my God, I hate this thing. That's what different opinions can be. And you can't understand it because you love it so much. You're like, how can you not like it? You're like, how? It's just the way people are, man. And my personal experience in Japan, my experience, me, Ranzo, me, I have had an amazing experience in Japan. My experience in Japan has been great. I think it's the best country I've lived in. Canada is not bad. It's pretty cool too, but Japan for me is like, I see it as a perpetual adventure. I love it here in Japan. My wife as well, and my daughter. As I've stated in the previous video, my daughter loves going to school. I have no reason to lie. I have no reason to fabricate anything. I know some people might just think different things like, oh, YouTuber or whatever. I don't got time for that. But that's my experience. And someone can't tell me that that's not my experience. In terms of racism or prejudice or xenophobia or whatever, I've experienced really mild cases, not something to paralyze me and to, for me to say, I don't like this place. But some people have experienced that. I have some unreleased interviews, and there's one where this guy, pretty successful, in Japan, and he's had a few businesses. Like you guys will see, I still have some unreleased episodes. And one thing that the guy said to me, and someone actually said in a comment as well, that sometimes it's the way you respond to things, right? Some people, yes, have some. Look, we need to think more critically, honestly, and also to understand that, look, our experiences or our personal experience does not account for everyone else's experience. We need to understand that. And even if it's night and day, it doesn't make the other person's experience a lie, right? So sometimes, look, it's the way we respond to things. Sometimes it's how sensitive we are. Sometimes it's the filter of our own minds. The things that we've been through. It's almost like you were in a relationship and you were abused by the person verbally and emotionally, and the person cheated on you or whatever. You go into another one with all that baggage. So the way you respond to the next person is bad, but the person is actually not as horrible as you think, but because of the baggage, you respond to the person a certain way. There's just so many things. So the person that I was talking about, the guy I interviewed, he was saying, look, yeah, he's like, yeah, I experienced racism, whatever, some of those things, but it's like, yo, I never made it affect me. He's like, yo, okay, yeah, it happened, so what? That's what he said. He's like, so what? And the guy's pretty successful in Japan, quite successful actually. The man is like, so what? I just never allowed this thing to affect me. And the truth of the matter is this: it's actually possible to do that with our minds. It's actually possible. It's actually possible to override something, to experience something and say, you know what? I will not allow this thing to stop me. It's actually possible to do that. It's almost like someone on social media, you post a video, everybody hate the video. 10,000 dislike, 2 likes, your mother and yourself. But I guess if you're getting 10,000 dislikes, at least some engagement, so it doesn't really matter. But 2 likes, 10,000 dislikes. And someone can look at that and say, snap, you know what? I'll never do another video again. And you stop. Because you just can't take no, you can't take it. And someone is going to say, okay, I'll work harder. I'll try to get better. Why did they do this? What's the reason? Let's see if we can find out, what the issue is. And maybe I can remedy that. And you keep going, you do your thing. And then one day it just works. Well, someone else stops because of that, someone else can go ahead. We're all different. What I'm trying to say is that, look, the same thing might happen to, it's crazy. I can't even make that statement actually because it's false. Because the makeup of that person might differ from someone else's makeup, the upbringing, so many things. So I can't even make that statement. All I'm saying is my experience in Japan, look, and I might not be you, but I'm a person. And my experience counts as much as yours. Whichever category someone wants to put me in, or put someone else in, it doesn't matter. They're a person still, and their experience counts. And my experience living in Japan for almost 5 years now with my wife, my daughter, it's been pretty good. Yeah, you got problems like any other country in the world. As I said, nowhere is a utopia, just normal human problems. But it's been a pretty good experience. Xenophobia hasn't stopped me. Racism hasn't stopped me. Prejudice hasn't stopped me. I'm not saying it hasn't stopped anyone else, because it might have stopped other people, and the experience is valid. It's one of the things that we've seen is, and this is one of the reasons why people sometimes don't want to speak the truth. And I said this in the last video as well, and someone was like calling me out on it. I don't know why, because I'm not lying. People do sometimes sanitize their stories. It's a fact. I've been in media for years before Japan, years. I've interviewed a lot of people. And I'm pretty sure people understand this. If you're on TV, there are certain things that you might not say because you're like, well, I'm on TV. You might have a certain job and you can't say certain things. Well, because of this job, I'll say this, but off the record, or for various reasons, that's not even, I'm pretty sure that's easy to understand. There's some people who won't even come in front of a camera. They're like, snap, I ain't sure. No. If you hide my face, if you change my voice, it happens. But the reason why is this? Because of the way people respond to the truth. Someone wants to share something, but because of the response, the fear of just the response, you might just, that's why you got so many fake people in the world. That's why people create fake people. Everyone wants authentic, everyone wants real. But people force people, I don't support that, but I'm saying people force people to put up a facade because of fear of backlash and response. So people feel like they can't be themselves. But you want authenticity. But when you get it, it's like, oh my God. All I'm saying, man, many words, but it's simple. Many people love Japan, and many people want to come to Japan right now. This moment in time, a lot of people are upset because of COVID-19. They can't travel. They want to visit. They want to move here to work, to experience the country, to live. And people who are here, some people love it here. Some people probably hate it here, but they're just, just toughing it out because they need to survive. And they know that if they went maybe back home or whatever, they won't have the opportunities, or maybe they might get paid less for the job that they're doing, or whatever the case is. I don't know their reasons. You got to ask them, and hopefully they tell the truth. Some people have a horrible time and some people have an amazing time. I don't understand why this is. So the point I was making just now was about people say they want authentic, but some people just try to put up a facade, is because you have these people who are these crazy defenders, or let me just use the word, forgive me, passionate. These passionate defenders of Japan, like it's the perfect country. And then you have people who are also passionate, opposers or opposition, who say it's the most xenophobic, the craziest, these people are this and all sorts of stuff. And they have a reason for it. Some of them, they're just, I don't know why. They're like, well, it never worked for me. I never liked it. Had a really horrible experience. So because of that, they try to dissuade everyone else from experiencing the country. And some people have an ulterior motive, whatever that might be, I don't know. But everyone that does something have a reason for it. All I'm trying to say is that both sides are true, in the sense of those who have experienced, who've had a wonderful time, and those who had a horrible time. And if we're being honest, look, Japan has it got some problems, y'all. It does have some problems, but a lot of people who might complain and go crazy about Japan, they still wouldn't trade it for another place, because when they actually count everything, this problem, that problem versus this problem over here and this, I think Japan might be a better bet for me. So Japan. If people are being honest, a lot of people would say, yeah, I would much rather be in Japan. I would much rather be in Japan. People are benefiting from living in Japan, that complain about the country. They would still choose Japan if it comes down to it. We need to be honest now, right? And the thing is this, another thing that people need to understand is that, look, the country's the way it is. There's a lot of, there are bad stuff, of course, like anywhere else. Nowhere is perfect. But the country is the way it is, that a lot of like foreigners like it because of the way it is. Like we came into the country, you fly, you get a plane ticket, and you come to Japan, and you see it a certain way. Maybe you've seen it on a video or a movie or a TV show or whatever first, or you read a book or a comic or whatever, a manga, whatever, and then you're like, oh, let me go to Japan. So you might have fallen in love before coming, or you fell in love after, or you fell in love after coming to the country, right? You come, so you see a place, it looks a certain way, and it's the way it is because of the way they do things. It's not the way it is because of the way you do things. It's the way it is because of the way they do things. Facts. And this is what I said. Some of the things that Japan is the way it is because of the Japanese people. Fact. Cool. The good, the bad. And the thing is that the strengths of Japan, right? The strengths of Japan, it's the way it is because of just the way the culture is and the people are. So there might be certain things that come as a disadvantage, or maybe as a result of that might be perceived as negative. But in order for the country to remain the way it is, the thing that you came in and saw that you liked or fell in love with outside or when you came in order for that to stay the way it is, right? It's like the things that cause it to be the way it is needs to be maintained. So if it's a culture or just the way people do things, and maybe the reason why the society is the way it is, maybe it's because, well, most people just conform. That might be it. Or it might be this, or it might be that, or it might be whatever part of the culture, whatever it is, that makes a country the way it is. Which means if some of the things are changed, it might not be the country that you fell in love with. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Am I making sense, or am I talking foolishness? I know I'm making sense. So I'm talking to all cohorts right now. I'm talking to every single group, because I realize that it's like no one can say anything. You can't say anything. It doesn't matter. What I know is it doesn't matter what you say, you will have dissension. It literally does not matter what I say. It literally doesn't matter. Any position I take, there will be pushback, backlash. It doesn't matter. So it's best to speak the truth. So I know, the thing is, the catalyst for those of you guys who are just joining me, maybe you're not following, but you got to watch the video from the start to get the point. It's more so about people who, from the video I just did, the previous one, they're thinking that I have this opinion. And I never even stated my position in the former video. Some people just saw the title. So it's a statement when it's a question. Am I being paid for this? People, what? You see, this is crazy. So I just want to look. Oh my gosh, y'all are, listen, social media is something else. Listen, if y'all are thinking about social media, make sure y'all got skin as thick as a pig's, because it's like so many people from all over the world, 190 plus countries, just in one place. So many different upbringings, thousands of upbringings, right? Worldviews in one place. It's a problem. It's a problem. There's no real detraction. It's just that, it might seem a little bit more serious than it is. It's just one of those things that's persistent, where I just feel like I'm just like, aren't people thinking? Like, I'm just like, it's it's so I don't know. As I said, it might be because I have a unique perspective, but I'm like, this is a non-issue. I think it should be so it's easily understood that everyone has a different experience. And some of them are good and some of them are bad. And I personally, based on my experience and the fact that I still see people here, and even those who might complain about the country, they're benefiting, they're enjoying the country still. And if they had a choice to choose, maybe not everyone, because as I said, I can't make that statement because I don't know their minds. But I would wager that most people who are living here, especially long term, if they had a choice between this country and some other country, whether it's their homeland or somewhere else, they would still choose Japan. And why is Japan the way it is? What do you like about Japan? Why do you like that about Japan? Why is it that way? What caused it to be that way? Hard questions? Not really. Not that complex, y'all, man. Not that complex. So that's just what I want to say, man. It's like I feel like sometimes when I make a certain video, it's almost like I I don't understand. I'm like sometimes I'm like I'm looking at a video, I'm like, wait, let me watch this over again in slow motion. Wait, hold up. Are they seeing something else? That wait, hold up. But as I said, the problem is not the video. The problem is not even me. The problem is the person and what they're coming to the video with. Presuppositions. They're coming to the video with it. A made up mind already. Sometimes they don't even watch the video. Sometimes they don't even care about the content of the video because all they're hearing is whatever is in their head. They're listening, watching the video, and they're just hearing whatever the voice. No idea what I'm saying, the voice. And then after that, I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm sorry, but I just find that hilarious. Sorry, every time I do that, it's hilarious. Okay, salesman. Okay, salesman. What am I selling? I have nothing to sell, guys. I have nothing to sell. So I think I'm finished. I think that's it. Okay, that's it. I really want to talk. Some of those things, man, like, look, man, look. I know, look, I'm just gonna start telling things them. I'm just gonna start just talking. Because it's like, man, okay. Yeah, so please look, I can at least try. When you see a title, I know it's tempting. I know it's tempting to just, like form an opinion based on that, but that's not enough data to form an opinion. Okay, so the next time you see a title on a YouTube video, right? Just look, okay, a question. Oh, that's a question. Question. That's what that thing does, right? Hey, wait, what's that? Question mark. Oh, it's a question. I see. Okay, let's see what's going on in this video. And sometimes you have to override. the way you feel, because sometimes you think you know but you don't. So just override that sometimes. Just take a go off on a limb sometimes and just click on a video. You see a title, I don't know. Click on it and see, and just test yourself to see if your assumption, if you're a person that's correct when you assume. See your success rate. Oh, 98%. Okay, I'm pretty good at this. I'm pretty good at judging from a title. But it's not the wise way to approach it, because it's not Twitter. Okay. It's like people that get a newspaper. Oh, the title says this, and you think you know the story. One thing my sub editor taught me, he's like, look, read every single, look, it might be hard for people, but read every single story in a newspaper when you buy one. And always read the first paragraph and the last paragraph. Okay. First paragraph, the last paragraph. Don't just read the title. Right. So if you're a person, you have a newspaper or a magazine or whatever, and you're trying to skim through it, read the title, read the first paragraph, read the closing paragraph. Okay. Read those. Cool. Good. Okay. Fine. YouTube, you can't even read the description. You could read the description, but you can't even read the description because the only thing you see is the title and the thumbnail, and you got to click on it, make a decision based on that. Click on the video. Watch the video. If you feel like you really want to write something, watch it first. Watch it fast or something, like times 1.5, 1.75, times 2 speed, less time, go through it, and then comment. Don't comment before you watch the video, man. The Bible itself said, like, he who answers a matter before he has heard it is a fool. So you're literally answering and responding to something and you don't even know what it's about yet. Get the full story. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure once I end this video, there are going to be people who are going to see the title and they're going to come on the video and they're going to like, oh, Japan is. And I'm laughing, but it's not even funny, man. You know, sometimes you just got to like laugh because, you know. Lift every voice. Really? See, that's an assumption that Lift Every Voice is making right now. I'm like, bro, listen, bro. I'm not new to social media at all. Okay. I've been here for a while still. Right. So please. I can handle the smoke. More than the smoke, actually. I'm being very civil. I never even had to do a video, but I'm like, you know what? I just felt like I might still do a video because these are things that happens all the time. You got two camps, you know, the camps of the extremes, you know, like utopia, horrible racist place, never want to go, you know, so you got these two camps. And it's always like you can't see anything because it's like you have the mob will just like, I can take on the mob, don't worry. I'm pretty capable of taking on the mob. So it's just that I got to be civil. So that's the thing. So, you know, I'm just like, hey, I won't try to go to, you know, I just want to clarify. I would just want to clear that up, man, because I just feel like social media, but it's social media. So it's almost like there's no progress to be had really on social media because, and the thing is, I have to be able to, because I'm for free speech, right? You guys see me talk about Letitia and the response to that, right? So there's no, I'm for it. But I'm just saying to people like, look, man, exercise these things before like you just start writing stuff that makes no sense. So watch a video on certain things and look at all the data points and then be informed first. And then it's a little bit easier, you know, because I can't tell you not to share opinion. You should. I want you to share it. That's how we learn, right? Because the thing, if you think you know everything and your way is the only way, then you won't learn anything. So you got to read stuff that you don't even agree with and just read stuff and just learn stuff. That's fine. I'm for free speech. Unfortunately, it seems like social media now is like censoring everybody left and right. So the world is not going to be very pleasant in a decade, I think. Hopefully, I'm wrong. But if there's a video that people don't agree with, or a tweet or whatever else, it's gone. So now you're hearing like something, you're looking around, you can't even really ascertain like what is a true state of a place or opinion on a matter, because every one opinion is being hidden and blocked. So you're like, oh, it seems like everyone is for this thing. Oh, but that's not even the case. But everyone else is being silenced or censored or whatever. So I want people to talk, but I just want people to be reasonable. Just think about it. Just be reasonable, man. Just really just think about it. Different opinions, man. It's crazy. It's been years and years and years and years where people have one view and just one view about a country, and anyone else that says anything else, it's like, oh, it's a lie. It's not a lie, man. People just have different opinions. Different experiences, I should say, different experiences, and it's a fact. Just tell the truth about a place, man. Just tell the truth. You know, tell the truth about your experience. And be honest. You know, you're in a place for what's the reason? Why are you here? What's the truth? What keeps you here? You know, if it's really bad for you, then share that too. Why? And when someone says it's the opposite, just listen and say, okay. And if you want, maybe you can ask them more questions and learn about the person. Maybe you can see why. You know, sometimes when you talk to a person, you realize, oh, this person's mindset. Yep. You could put this person in some bush and they'd make something, and the bugs won't bother them. The mosquitoes won't bother them. They're just like, okay, whatever. It's a part of the bush. I'm cool. Someone else is like, oh my God, all the mosquitoes. I hate this place. You know, like, come on. Someone sees a star. You know, someone said this to me. Well, not to me, actually. What am I saying? I heard this. And the person said, you know, one person looked through the glass and they see the sunshine. They look through the mirror, they see the sunshine, and someone else look and see the stains on the glass. Oh, that glass is so dirty. Someone else, the sunshine. Someone else, the stains on the glass. Which one are you? Okay, that's it. I think I've repeated like long enough. Let's see some of the comments. Engage with you guys for like 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna try to dip out because this video. How long is this? I don't know. How long is this video? 52 minutes. That's actually not bad. Oh, I'm surprised. Take your DW. Yeah, what time is it? It is 2:18. Oh, snap. What's this? Norman, thanks for the $5. My Jamaican brother-in-law just returned home from Japan after teaching English for 8 years, and he has some disappointing stories to share about Japan. Indeed, those stories do exist. They do exist. Trust me. I know. This is you guys don't know how social media works, right? This guy's asking me how much am I getting paid. I'm like, what? First of all, I can never be bought. I don't even know if people even do that. People do that? So I'm like, how much are you getting paid? Really? Bro? Yeah, sometimes I read some comments about stuff like that. Oh, you're working with the Japanese government. I'm like, dude, they don't even know me, dog. I'm like, they don't even know my name. I'm like, they don't even know that I even exist. I'm like, where was I? Was I in Korea? Was it? Or was it Japan? Somewhere. I don't know. Was it the Japanese or the Korean? Oh, Korean government is. I'm like, dude, what? People believe all sorts of stuff, man. I'm just like, and the worst thing is when it's so far from the truth, you're just like, how do you guys come up with these things? I'm like, I'm like, is it the food you eat? Like, it's just some people just write some stuff and say some weird stuff. I'm like, what gave you that impression? My gosh. Okay. I try and learn Japanese, but every time I make some progress, I give up. I would love to learn it, but no motivation. I wish I could stay focused. It sounds like you don't live in Japan, right? Wolf 93. Thanks for the 50 SEK dollars. Not sure what currency that is, but I appreciate the thought, man. When it comes on to language, I think it's maybe, well, I don't think love, maybe love if you love the language, but I think it's the survival aspect of it. I think some people, if you can survive without it, then you don't have the motivation, to like learn it as deep as you should, because they're like, oh, I can survive with this amount. And then, oftentimes I meet people in Japan who can speak the language casually, but they can't read it. So it's almost like, okay, well, this is enough. I can get by with this. Okay, I'm fine. If I can't understand this kanji, this thing, I get someone else to do it for me. So I think it's a matter of survival. If you can put yourself in a position where you need to learn it, like you have to learn it, I think that's the fastest way to grab it and to stay motivated. Or go to school. Yes, pay the tuition so that you pay your money. Okay, so you don't want to waste your money, so then you'll apply yourself. I think that will work. So find a language school, pay the money, find an expensive one, and pay the money. So you're like, oh, I paid this money first. I gotta go to classes. And that might help you. You have something to lose then. What's this? Okay. What's this word? Is that like a Jamaican bad word? I don't know. Well, go on. What's this? Okay, that's it, guys. I'm not gonna drag this on for too long. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you guys. I don't know if did you guys get anything from this? Let me just ask. Did you guys get anything from this? Did you guys get anything from this? Anyone is enlightened? No? Charles Jones asked a question. The simple question, though. Do Japanese women date black men? They do. It's just like that's another question that people ask stuff like that. It's like, look, you have men, you have women, and people date people. It's just a matter of preference. I just tuned in. So this guy said, I think your title is a lie. Lift. Look, I know you've been trolling me hard, dude. You've been trolling me hard, but I already said the reason why my title is the way it is. It's making a point. The previous video said, is Japan racist? Question mark. Don't forget the question mark. Okay, like question mark. Or did I say Japan is racist? Question mark. One of the two. But it was a question. And then this one is a statement just to prove a point to say there's a difference, people. That's it. And I haven't taken any one of those positions. It's just to prove a point, just to say YouTube is not Twitter. YouTube is not Twitter. I repeat, YouTube is not Twitter. Okay? I hope you guys got that. It's not Twitter. Please. You got to watch the video. So I'm pretty sure that, I'll see some dislikes and people will come on the video and they won't even watch the live stream. Oh, it's 1 hour. I ain't watching that. No, dislike. Oh, okay, guys. All right. Until next time. Bye for now. Bye bye. I don't. What's this? Oh, I don't know what that is. Oh, Sunny, no problem, no problem. And the next thing too, YouTube does remove comments. I'm not sure why. So some people think I'm removing your comments. I don't. What? Okay, I see this person writing an expletive. I wonder why. Because I've seen this person on lives before, and they seem I've engaged them, and we've actually spoken on the live. Like they come in and they watch and they and I think this person is a cool person, but no, they're writing this. They're telling me an expletive. I'm not sure why. Maybe look, I wasn't reading comments all the time. I'm sorry. So maybe if you feel offended, I wasn't reading comments, guys. I wasn't reading comments while I was talking. I'm sorry. So if someone wrote something, I'm not ignoring you. I never saw it. If there was a point where I started reading comments and just jumping through. Um, no, like the spam folder caught it, so it's not showing. You guys can't see it. Oh, it's over 1 hour now, so I guess I'll just leave now before it gets crazy. All right, guys. Bye bye. Kioskete. Where's the end button? Oh, there it is. Huh. Bye, guys.